опасности. Системы повреждены.
Guardian, we've picked up a high-gain transmission. Origin point is somewhere along the coast, near the Cosmodrome.
I've made it this far. Let me help.
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 I've made it this far. Let me help. I've made it this far. Let me help.
That's Rasputin, the AI Warmind. If I'm understanding him correctly, it's a distress call. There are so few ballet fans left, Guardian. It'd be a shame to lose him.
Guardian, we've picked up a high-gain transmission. Origin point is somewhere along the coast, near the Cosmodrome.
Guardians, peace is at hand. You will be the last to die before the Cabal commands the vanguard.
None had to die today, Keitel. The blood of your champion will be on your own gilded blade.
You take to ritual combat well, Commander. Do you enjoy it?
There is no pleasure in killing. If this one act of barbarism will force peace, so be it.
Your warriors are merciless, Commander. Are all light-bearers so bloodthirsty?
My guardians do what they must. Today, they must be champions.
Such strength. Look what your light can do. I seek that power, not for myself, but for my people.
How selfless. Perhaps we can discuss this further after your people stop trying to kill us.
My warriors do not die easily. They fight because I gave them their freedom.
Imagine if they fought because you gave them a hope.
I see now how you fight, Guardians. Your potential is wasted running errands for your commander.
Enough. Keitel, your champion falls.
The Rite of Proving is over. By the victor's rule, the Halphus Electus and the souls aboard it are yours to destroy.
We take nothing but your word. Tend to your men and your tank, but break our agreement, and we will be back to finish what we started.
I did not imagine this outcome. Your guardians have powers told of in the old stories.
Our vaults are full of relics from those who underestimated us. If you ever cross the vanguard again, bring a bigger tank.
You have claimed victory in the Rite of Proving. I am bound to our agreement.
Your champion fought with honor, and you accept defeat in the same way.
You have honored our traditions, and I must honor yours. I will see you soon, to bargain.
I'm glad to hear it. You will find our talent for diplomacy matches our skill in combat.
I yield. Let us meet and discuss this treaty. You may be a soft, small man, Zavala, but you hide some powerful tusk.
Thank you.
I pride myself on seeing the strength in others, and yours can no longer be denied.
As soon as I debrief the strike team, Empress, I hope the blood spilled here today will be the last.
You seek to drive a knife into the heart of my tank? My troops will defend its life with theirs. You would attack my tank directly? It is sacred to my men. They will fight as though its oil were blood. I know stories of fiends who cut at the legs of powerful heroes. My tank will not be felled so easily. You fight well, Guardians. A shame you must pay the price for your commander's pride.
The Guardians kneel to no one, not even to me.
Be reasonable, Guardians. While there is shame in surrender, I am merciful.
You all but demanded this conflict. We will see it through to the end.
Guardians, join my cabal, and let our alliance armor the stars.
We could work together, Keitel, but as equals, not your vassals.
You crawl through an Imperial tank, fighting against an army. For what?
To stop another despot before they pass beyond the reach of reason.
All feel fear, Commander. Some learn from it, while others are ruled by it. Which are you?
I refused to bend the knee. What does that tell you?
We lost our world to the Hive. Why will you not stand with us?
We sign no treaties at the end of a gun.
My champion awaits in the Locus of Honor. Why do you skulk through the maintenance areas?
We will deal with your champion in due time. Though we may destroy your tank in the process.
Ha! We are Cabal. We eat the mountains. We drink the seas.
Yes. And we are here to stop you.
Your Guardians scurry through my tank like vermin. Is this how the Vanguard fights its wars?
Our fight is with your champion. We need not slaughter every Cabal in your army.
Do not expect gratitude. Those you leave behind will grow. They will learn.
Good. If our foes are capable of growth, let us be the catalyst that forces them to change. Keep working your way beneath the outer plates. According to Amanda, you'll emerge near the power relays.
Guardians, I have prepared further challenges for you. A banquet of combat to test your resolve.
The Guardians are coming for your champion. They're not here for your hospitality.
And my father said you were such fun.
Keitel, prepare your champion. My champion's are ready, Keitel. Is yours? Hold strong, Guardians. One final victory is all I ask.
You willingly enter my Imperial land tank, the Halphus Electus. You honor me. May you meet a glorious death. You willingly enter the Halphus Electus. I welcome you, but my forces, they do not. This is the Halphus Electus, the digger of graves, her mouth packed with red soil. I do not grant you safe passage.
Empress Keitel, we invoke the Rite of Proving. The Vanguard sends forth its champions.
The challenge is met. Our blood flows together. May it lead to unity. Commander Zavala, we agree to the Rite of Proving. The Cabal sends forth its champion.
The challenge is met. Our blood flows together. May it lead to unity.
My warriors pledge themselves to the Rite of Proving. Cut them down if you can.
If it must be done. Which of these Cabal is your champion?
All warriors rally in defense of the Chosen.
Send down your champion, Keitel. Bring this fighting to an end.
My honor guard deserve a role in this battle. A victory here will be victory for all Cabal.
How many more Cabal stand between my champion and yours?
All swore their lives to their Empress. They can use them as they wish.
Keitel, order your troops to clear a path. We have no quarrel with them.
I will not deny them the honor of protecting their champion. Going through the vehicle bay, my pilots enjoy a challenge.
Then they shall have one.
Arise, my chosen! Fight for the glory of the Cabal! Now, the final trial. Battle against the champion of the Cabal. Let the Rite of Proving commence. This tank is like a living thing. She breathes, she moves, and she will spit out your bones. My tank is restless. Do what you came for. Fight well, or die quickly. My war machine purrs. She hungers for battle. Have you the same appetite?
If they're looking for the deep stone crypt here, then they're groping around in the dark, so to speak.
Sounds like there's plenty else they could find around here. Keep pushing, Guardian.
Barriers down. Get a move on. Be careful. The Cabal got sloppy. Vex have moved in behind them. Watch your back or you'll get caught in the crossfire.
Look at this. Picking apart the Vex like carrion birds. It's pathetic.
There is no glory in what the Cabal are seeking here, just desperation.
Agreed.
All right, Guardian. The Cabal are determined to dig up something bad, and they've got the head start. You're gonna need to hustle to close the gap.
Cabal forces are entrenched out here. You're in for a hell of a firefight before we can breach their defenses.
Those command carriers are likely to send reinforcements, but I'll try to draw their air support away.
Clear the field. That should buy me enough time to take down the barrier that's blocking the way forward.
The Cabal Incursion is isolated around a nearby Vex structure. They haven't yet had a chance to fabricate heavy fortifications.
The Vex are agitated. Expect their interference as well.
Go show them the power of humanity's champions.
This is the time, Guardian. Begin the Rite of Proving.
The Imperial commander should be up ahead.
Give them what for? Kindly remind them they don't belong on Europa.
I'd skip the kindly part.
This Legion's champion is near, Guardian. Perform the Rite of Proving, call him out, and show him the power of the light.
You know, sometimes I forget how pleasant it is. The quiet after battle.
Pleasant, yes. And brief. Especially on a moon like Europa.
All the more reason to enjoy it while it lasts.
As highly as the Cabal value honor, they don't seem to apply it very consistently. Fighting for the Empress' favor? Honorable. Rebelling against the Empress? Also honorable.
Well, it depends on your definition, I guess. Seems the Cabal think of it more as personal glory, something you win in battle. But when I think about honor, I think about it as something you do. Honor your parents, honor your commitments. It's about trust and doing right by people. And you definitely did right by the people of the last city today, Guardian. Good job, Guardian. Scared them off again.
If the Cabal keep returning to Europa at this rate, odds are they'll make contact with the darkness sooner rather than later.
Last time we were here, you didn't think the Cabal would find anything. What gives?
My concern is not the Cabal finding the darkness, but the darkness finding the Cabal.
Nothing we can do but keep hammering away at them, I guess. They'll get sick of coming here soon enough.
That should be enough to scare them off. For a short time, anyway.
They seem awfully determined. Any chance they'll go looking somewhere else?
Doubtful. If anything, sending the Guardian in has convinced them to return.
Well, when they do, we'll be here to stop them again. You know, I'm surprised, Osiris. Once upon a time, a place like this would have set you off, ranting and raving about Vex algorithms and prediction encoding and other stuff no one understands but you.
Yes. Well, research is far less appealing without an assistant to confer with.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Great work down there, Guardian. Now come on back and warm up.
Hey, do we have cocoa? Is that a thing we got? I'll put on some water.
Good work down there, Guardian. You make it look so easy.
Says one hero to another.
I'm no hero.
You are to the folks that matter. You and the Guardian, like peas in a pod.
I'm not accustomed to being in the spotlight like this.
You don't say.
I'm very mysterious.
A whole enigma.
Seriously, though, I can only take so much credit. You hang around great people long enough, and they'll start rubbing off on you.
Can't believe the Cabal would want to go looking for the birthplace of the Exo just to treat it like a salvage yard.
To the Cabal, Exos are just another enemy. Or worse, a resource to plunder. The Elixni saw it the same way once. Some still do. People can justify almost anything if it makes things simpler.
Why are you like this? One minute you're mouthing off and throwing shade. The next you're talking like you've been sitting in a cave reading philosophy all your life.
Well, there's not much else to do out in the reef. Very boring.
All right, now I know you're screwing with me.
A little. The Cabal, searching for the secrets of the Deep Stone Crypt. I don't understand wanting to become a machine, to lose everything you are. What sort of person is willing to do that to themselves?
From what I gather, folks becoming exos weren't always willing.
And here I thought the people of the Golden Age were supposed to be enlightened.
But the Cabal feel the same way about themselves.
The way you talk about the Cabal, others talk the same way about the Elixni, especially in the tower. Shax openly jokes about killing them. Some Guardians wear their bones on their armor like they're animals. It's different when you walked among them, shared a meal with them.
Well, I ain't gonna be sharing a meal with no Cabal anytime soon.
The hunt is over. Excellent work, Guardian.
I'll let Zavala know of your exemplary work here. The Cabal will be feeling this loss for a while.
The Cabal dissidents seem broken, easily crushed. I did not imagine this treaty would work, and yet, here we are.
Is that the voice of Lord Saladin I hear? Admitting fault? Truly, we are in dark times.
It is not fault. Time will be the arbiter of whether this holds, and I have no faith in that.
It would be in the Cabal's best interest to maintain a ceasefire. It would be in our interest, too.
Clever. Was your plan solely a proposition to placate Zavala's ego and buy time for a proper counteroffensive?
An interesting observation. Were that true, would you have a contingency plan?
I will. Soon. And when the time comes, I would go boldly if I knew I had you on my side.
Then go boldly, Lord Saladin. Can you see it as clearly as I can, Lord Saladin?
I do not have time for your riddles.
No riddles.
Then out with it.
The Cabal understand the fear of mortality. It is all they have ever known. When you see them here, pawing at the scraps of the Golden Age in search of eternity, that fear is crystallized. I am left to wonder. What new fear could we lever against the weight of the Cabal Empire? What does Keitel dread losing most? And how could we turn that fear against her?
We should send in another team to do a second sweep. Today's survivor is tomorrow's enemy.
Did the Vanguard not have a loosely held policy on offering quarter to fleeing enemies?
The Vanguard asked an Iron Lord to lead their forces. If they did not wish me to fight like an Iron Lord, they should have asked someone else.
While I agree, I can't help but wonder if your disregard for their codes of conduct may cause friction.
Friction is conflict. Conflict breeds strength. They know this. Or they should.
In my experience, what the Vanguard should know, and what they actually know, are not always the same.
You speak the truth, Warlock. My only hope is that they have not forgotten the Battle of Twilight Gap, and the lessons learned there.
That's Rasputin, the AI Warmind. If I'm understanding him correctly, it's a distress call. There are so few ballet fans left, Guardian. It'd be a shame to lose him.
All right, Guardian, you're coming up on the Cabal base.
If these scions are half what we suspect, their commander will already know you're here.
That never bothered the Guardian before. Well, hell, maybe now they'll put up a fair fight.
Cabal scions have already cracked their outer security layer. The Vex network is compromised, so move fast.
Imperial reinforcements have arrived. They know we're coming. Show them the futility of foresight.
The Scions are already deep in the Vex network, and it looks like they have Imperial backup. You can catch them if you hustle.
Lucky for you, Amanda Holliday runs a door-to-door service. I've dropped you close to the entry point.
And, lucky for me, she also has a sense of humor, which is refreshing after working with Saladin.
That's a pretty low bar to clear, but I'll take the compliment.
I always imagined these scions as reluctant hostages to the Cabal Empire, but even now, with the Empire in ruins, they fight to the death for Keitel.
Yeah, they're playing a bad hand as best they can.
No excuses. Eliminate them at will, Guardian.
The Scions have commandeered the Vex security systems. We'll need to wrest control of the defense network from them.
You're on the right track. Keep drilling down. You'll hit gold soon enough.
We're picking up big energy spikes below your feet. Odds are good, but that's where their commander is.
If the Scions are allowed to continue their research, it could spell disaster for the Vanguard.
Yeah, too much clairvoyance and they might turn out like Osiris. I'm not sure how much of that we could take.
Challenge their commander. Bring this operation to a halt. Their back is against the wall. There is nowhere left to run, and the pack closes in. This commander aspired to greatness, and now they will be reduced to little more than a memory. Finish this.
Time to show the big boss what you got.
You know how to get their attention.
Not far now. The Cabal underestimate us at every turn.
Well, they would be wise not to underestimate the Vex either. But I think we all know that wisdom is not a valued trait among the Cabal.
An ironic observation.
We're too late. The Cabal extracted the information they wanted, and destroyed the machine to cover their tracks. Some data fragments still exist. We'll have to analyze them.
The Cabal never seemed this savvy with Vex technology before. This feels more elegant than what we're used to.
No doubt a lesson learned from their failure at the Sundial.
Thought these Scions were supposed to know the future. Well, they didn't see that one coming, did they?
Good work, Guardian. With the Scion's commander gone, we'll make quick work of the rest.
Zavala seems to think he can work it out with Keitel. Maybe we leave that to her.
I would have thought that you, of all people, would understand the need for decisive action.
Why? Because of Cade? Because of all the people I lost?
Because you're a soldier. And a survivor.
Killing Keitel's people won't bring mine back.
After everything that's been taken from you, you still have more to lose.
If we wipe out the Cabal, if we start thinking like the Hive, then we lose the most valuable thing of all.
Have you heard about the attempt on Zavala's life, perpetrated by one of these Scions?
Yeah, I heard. I can't bear to think on it. After Cade, if Zavala had...
How many more have to die before we take these threats seriously?
What do you think we're doing out here? I got serious bullet holes up and down my ship.
And yet we let them regroup. We should take the fight to the Cabal, instead of waiting for them to come to us.
Guardians guard, they're not invaders.
Perhaps it's time that changed. I see that you have some tactical experience against the Cabal.
I blew the hell out of them during the Red War, if that's what you mean.
Tell me, after Gaul was defeated, did you imagine we'd be back at war with the Cabal in just 4 short years?
It does leave a bitter taste when you put it that way.
Perhaps the Red War never ended. Perhaps it will go on and on and on until the Cabal are ended.
No arguments here.
Crush them to the last. Make sure that the fleeing survivors find no quarter.
This isn't an easy task, Guardian. But it is an essential one.
A precision strike against holdouts. This is absurd. Keitel has tricked the Vanguard into fighting her political enemies for her.
The Vanguard have spoken. What more can be done but abide by their rules?
Don't come at me with this hypocrisy now that they've welcomed you back into their fold. You, of all people, should understand how short-sighted this is.
But there is a time to draw swords and a time to draw lines. The former has passed, and the latter... I can see which side of the line you stand on.
The same side I have always stood on. The side of humanity.
It may be time to find others who can toe the line as clearly as yourself, then.
You are familiar with this prediction engine, are you not?
I have studied them extensively. They're not all that different from Vex simulations, but there is nuance.
Could we use one of these to feed false information to the Cabal? Hijack an accepted broadcast transmission, feed their commanders bad tactical data, then use it against them.
Clever, but flawed. The data from a prediction engine is useless noise without psychic capabilities.
I do not see that as an impasse. We capture Scions, hook them up to a prediction engine, and coerce them to perform the tasks through whatever means are necessary.
You may need a warlock for an endeavor like that. There is magic deep enough to erode even the most adamant of wills, but I do not believe the Commander would sanction those methods.
What dark magic do the Cabal weave here?
The Cabal do not weave magic, unless you count their grasp of technology as sorcery. But I can see where something like a prediction engine blurs those lines.
They wish to enact change on the future by knowing it.
They are not the only one.
Then they will fail. They would be better served studying the past if they wish to control the future. It is no different than a duel. You watch your opponent for tells that indicate what they will do next, not because you can see the future, but because you've studied the past. Their style, their form, predictability.
That is a level of insight I did not know you capable of.
That is also why they will fail.
At this point, seems like we should just let the Vex take care of these scions themselves. This is their territory, after all.
And if they're not successful? Or worse, what if they are? And they use the scions to upgrade their prediction engines. It wasn't too long ago those possibilities broke you out into a cold sweat.
I know. We've just got so many enemies, and they're all enemies with each other. Would it kill them to save us the effort every now and again? Finally. Hopefully that's the last time we'll have to clear this place out.
That would be nice. Unfortunately, Keitel's cooperation has angered enough dissidents to last us a while.
Why us? These were her people. Why can't she clean up their mess?
We're guardians. I'm told this is what we do.
I'm not. And I'm no political expert either, but seems to me that a ceasefire means that everyone minds their own.
I'm sure Keitel is doing what she can to bring them all to heel. At least that's what my gut tells me.
Your gut, huh? Well, my gut still has some shrapnel in it from the Red War, so... you gotta hand it to them. The Cabal sure get creative when it comes to warfare.
You think? All they're doing is retrofitting Vex technology.
Well, sure. If it's there, they might as well use it. Gotta be resourceful when you've been turned out of house and home. That goes double for when the hive god of war is the one turning you out.
Is that a note of compassion I hear in your voice, Holiday?
No, not one bit. How dare you?
My apologies.
I respect their hustle. That's all.
Osiris said this isn't the first time the Scions have tried to mingle with the Vex. Were you around for that, Holiday?
I was in the tower at the time, but I wasn't really involved, so I don't know much.
Glint's been combing through the Vanguard archives, helping me catch up on the history. I'll ask him to skip ahead.
Good idea. Just the thought of clairvoyance combined with prediction engines? Ooh, it's making me sweat.
I'm with you. Even if we can't see the future, knowing the past might help us stay on top of this.
Listen closely, Guardian. Chalice's daughter, Empress Keitel, has arrived in our system hoping to reunify the Cabal Empire. We've spotted an Imperial land tank tearing through Nessus. Ikora thinks it has something to do with Keitel's efforts. I want boots on the ground for a closer look.
New objective. Based on the field intelligence you recovered, we believe a former Red Legion commander is on site, directing from the ground. This commander was a mere legionary under Gaul's rule. He personally pulled the trigger on a horrifying amount of lightless Guardians during the Red War. He has since risen to become a warlord among the remnants of the Red Legion, and now that butcher carries Keitel's banner. End him. Divide leadership on the ground long enough for our scouts to determine what Keitel is planning, and perhaps get justice for the Guardians he sent to their final deaths.
Ironic that the land tank is grinding up Nessus for Cabal munitions. That's been the Vex plan for centuries.
If either side were competent, they'd have wiped each other out already. So the task falls to us.
You're going to face heavy resistance up ahead.
Remember, do not hold back. Show your enemy no quarter, as they did to us in the Red War.
Halfway there. Cabal have hardened bunkers up ahead.
I see a whole lot of them from up here. Give them hell!
Guardian, the Cabal tank is ahead. Break their front line and get us eyes on it.
Intel reported increased crew activity. Seems they were right.
Never good when the Cabal get this frisky.
Whatever they're planning will be less effective without a commander. Get in there and take them out. The Cabal are entrenched, prepared for our arrival. They've erected a proving ground outside that massive tank. The pack hunts.
Dropping you in hot. Get a move on!
Cabal gun placements up ahead. They saw us coming. And watch out for drop pods.
Crow's intel indicates the commander is nearby. Challenge them and tie this off. We've got other fires burning. Now, begin the Rite of Proving. Show them what we're made of, and leave them trembling.
Nicely done. Now go start the Rite of Proving. Once you make short work of their commander, we'll be done here.
And not a moment too soon.
Your ghost indicates there are officers carrying vital intelligence nearby. Take them out and get us that data. These officers are carrying vital intel. Take them out. We need it all. We have what we came for. Get out of there now!
I think these Cabal like you. They keep coming back for more. Good thing we've got light to spare. We won't have many of these sorties left now that Zavala and Keitel worked it out.
Proof of how far the Vanguard has fallen.
Easy now. Some of my best friends are fallen.
How degrading.
Lord Saladin, we prevented an all-out war with no civilian casualties. This is a win.
It's weakness. A real leader gives no quarter or second chances.
I can't believe how close the Cabal got to Zavala.
Never underestimate the enemy.
Or the Vanguard. Makes you think about how few of us actually stand between humanity and
evil.
The Cabal are just trying to survive. Same as us.
For centuries, I've watched humanity edge closer to extinction, while new lights quibble over morals and semantics. If the Vanguard wants a lasting peace, they should finish the Cabal. For good. I respect a commander who's willing to shed blood on the front line.
That's easy to say when you're the one left standing.
I don't regret a single one of my 1,000 deaths. It's the times I chose not to fight that I regret.
There's nothing wrong with choosing real peace. I wish the Cabal were that clever.
That will never happen. The Cabal have honor. They would rather die than surrender. I admire that.
Remind me not to get on your good side. I'm not sure I'd survive it.
Excellent work, Guardian. When the Cabal inevitably break this treaty, we'll be ready to crush them. Until then, keep up the good work.
I'm surprised at the number of Cabal who revealed their true intentions following Keitel's armistice.
Are you? I would not be surprised if there were just as many Guardians who were repulsed by this decision.
Do you think the Cabal and Guardians so similar?
I think people with convictions will fight for them, whether or not those convictions are righteous ones. The Cabal who defied the ceasefire are the worst of them. They cling to desperate hopes of victory and glory, like the fools they are.
Humanity did much the same after the collapse. But where we could turn to the Traveler for salvation, I fear the Cabal have no alternative.
The Traveler would never accept the Cabal.
It isn't the Traveler we should be worried about.
I was wrong to sit out the fight against Dominus Gaul. The Iron Lords would not have left enough survivors to allow the Cabal to rally. This isn't the Zavala I know. He was a fighter, a survivor. The city has made him soft.
He's a politician first and a soldier second. This is a war. One wonders if it should be led by warriors.
I misjudged you, Osiris.
How so?
When I heard of your exile from the city all those centuries ago, I assumed you a madman and a fanatic, a heretic at best.
Am I not those things?
You are. But had the city not cast you out, we may not be in the position we are now.
Perhaps I was wrong, too.
About?
You. You are a man of great potential and clear thought. In times like these, we need that clarity, lest we lose our way in the dark.
Cabal defenses are hardened around the tank. We won't be able to push further.
What matters is that we pushed, not how far.
Spoken like an Iron Lord. You could have been one of us, Osiris.
The Iron Lords don't hold a monopoly on strategy. I thought you were a more pragmatic lot. All or nothing, like the Red War.
That was different. We didn't have our light. After Siva, after everything the Warmind put us through, we couldn't risk more losses.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't young Aphrodite disobey your orders and fight lightless?
She did.
Oh, so is this a new leaf I see turning? Are the Iron Lords coming down from their mountain?
You'll know when we do.
Oh. I look forward to it.
Nice work, Guardian. As always.
Not too shabby, Guardian. This should buy us some time before the Cabal defectors regroup.
Hey, Crow, well, we got a minute? I've been meaning to ask, how's it feel to be a hero?
Come again?
Zavala, everybody's talking about what went down at that treaty.
What did you hear? How much did they blow what I did out of proportion?
They're saying you took a knife for him.
You know me, Holiday. Always looking to make a good impression.
Well, you sure impressed me. For what that's worth.
You want to get a drink?
And there's more where that came from!
I don't think they can hear you. Try yelling louder. Look, I get it. I do. But Zavala survived.
Do you have any idea what would happen if we lost him? They might as well cut our throats. That man is the glue holding us together.
You're close?
He's family. Like Cora, too, and Cade. I miss him something fierce.
Cade 6. Wish I could have met him. Some of the stories I've heard.
Yeah. His killer got what was coming to him.
Does that make it easier?
Not really.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you wanna get a drink or something when we get back?
In the city? I've always wanted to try that.
You ain't never had a drink in the city before? Oh, Crow, buddy. Buckle up.
This might be a strange question, but why a tank? On Nessus?
Because the Cabal ain't met a problem that can't be solved by brute force.
You seem to have a familiarity with their, tactical prowess.
I flew sorties against these bastards during the Red War. Watched them set the city on fire. Watched them slaughter civilians and lightless guardians like it was nothing.
I had no idea.
You didn't hear? Traveler blew Gaul out like a candle flame.
And they're still fighting us?
They're Cabal. It's what they do. All they know.
No one fights for nothing.
Faint traces of light. That thing was a guardian. We're too late. Far too late. Take the rifle. It was offered, was it not? Better in your hands than left for another. I'll speak to Zavala about authorizing exploratory outings. If we can recover our lost friend's ghost, we may learn more of how he died. Return to the city. We must assess our findings.
What is that thing?
Our lost guardian.
Can your ghosts undo that?
Not so far as I'm aware.
Then why are you searching for it?
Answers? Same as you, Empress.
If there is nothing else, I must analyze the Glycon's archives. My cruiser will monitor the situation here.
A path to the ghosts still eludes us. Until we return, then. This is an address from Chalice to his crew. I chose Galrun, and his frailty betrayed us. He was too pure, too alone. Our new guests are neither. A glorious chain of dark minds, an open mouth for the one in the darkness, that it may sing in exaltation of my majesty. Greatness recognizes greatness. To invoke the attention of the end, our offer must be great. Our lost guardian must have sent this frame to broadcast their distress signal.
This interface is of human design.
It recounts a descent into the anomaly. Gravitational oscillations broke and reformed the Glykon many times over. It is as if every permutation of the ship's existence collided in one space. A refuse heap. Darkness, soot, ether. They were burning the spent scorn to ash.
Cabal Regalia tracks combat data. I can access this. An incendiata deployed to halt the Scorn reanimation. The incendiata was later embedded with a team sent to detonate the ship's reactor.
They rose on their own? That is a new and concerning development.
Resurrection does not make one invulnerable. Your kind taught us that. These orders did not come from Chalice.
Too many Scorn for an active guardian. Jump logs indicate this ship made berths from the Leviathan. Its pilot has an officer's clearance. Our guardian appears to have a long and storied history with the Emperor. This ship's passageways no longer connect as they should.
Osiris sends you through a trash compactor. If you were Cabal, I would lift you into the stars.
You have never sounded more like your father. They relent. We must not. Forward. I thought you killed that. Scorn. They did not come from Chalice's menagerie. The dark ether in this device has been tampered with. Its connection to the darkness galvanized, rooted. Chalice always did embody a clever sort of madness. A ghost was injured here. The remnants of its light pooled around the dark center. A memory, preserved in physical form.
You said you wouldn't. You promised. Everything you say is a lie.
Sarcophagus growths with cores of darkness. The material is organic. Reminds me of a certain flora kept by our silver-tongued drifter. Curious. The Cabal here, their minds hang suspended in the death throes of cognition, falling into a singularity. The Glycon navigation system marks their destination as an anomaly, left in the wake of Mars's disappearance.
How many Cabal died for this?
Enough, it would seem, to achieve the Emperor's desired result.
Emperor, this derelict is his empire. Sacrificed to pride. Paid for in blood.
Did your data mining yield anything about a crown?
Amsat detailed an ornate procession that brought a hive crown from Leviathan to Glycon. It allowed the darkness to invade the Scorn's thoughts.
Not the darkness. The entity.
The two are entwined. Does the difference matter?
That there is a difference makes our understanding of the darkness a facade. Those spores are harmonizing with the nearby concentration of darkness. A Chalice of Opulence. The inscription reads, "To my captain, cast your shadow in the face of darkness, that you might drink of its beauty and grow fat."
Your guardian was a traitor then, seduced by Chalice's posturing. Like so many powerful fools who think themselves invincible.
Guardian, I've pieced together another of Amsat's records. It reads, "A tragedy of silence. He tore the wilting failures apart himself. The connection is strong, but the darkness does not speak through them. An ocean without wind. Even the light-bearer could not coax it to awaken."
The Cabal have suffered too many losses for vanity, petulance. First Chalice, then Gaul.
But not you.
Don't insult me. I've grown wise from watching monuments topple. No mercy for false gods. This array contains research logs. The entity's voice emanates from the grave of Mars. The Scorn babble to the void, and attentively await response. Our Emperor's vision is at hand. Tomorrow we pierce the anomaly's veil. We are ready. We have communed, and are adrift between worlds. It controls the lower decks, dragging the flame. Dead whispers in the walls. There is no way back.
Guardian, this anomaly left in Mars's wake. I've seen it and others like it. In place of each world the darkness stole. At the edge of our heliopause. Chalice meant to commune with the darkness. I believe I found a record of first contact with this voice. It says, "I, Amsat, scribe of Glycon, rejoice. The Scorn are one, rejoice. They bear the weight of the crown elegantly, rejoice. They whisper anticipations, rejoice. Our Emperor hears the voice of salvation, rejoice."
Sycophants, all of them, enabling his madness.
Amsat kept notes on experiments as well. It seems that Scorn, exposed to the anomaly, all suffered contiguous neuron death. It consumed their minds. All but one who spoke with many dead voices. This survivor would become the centerpiece of their studies.
Another decrypted entry.
We hit Acheron's wall and sank. Straight down to the deep. Lies in a bad way after the dive, all twisted. I'm all twisted. Whole crew rattling around in my skull like they're thinking for me. Scorn. What they used to be, what they are now. Dive must have opened the cells. Someone's gotta clip their horns, especially the big one. Or we're dead.
I found a journal of Chalice's scribe, Omsat. Translation as follows. Today, Chalice graced the Glycon with his presence and gazed upon the anomaly. His counselors prepare the exhibition chamber with gold from the castellum. They are confident the crown is ready. The end will lay eyes upon him and weep at his magnificence.
Your missing guardian was working with my father.
So it would appear.
If his ghost were recovered, would its memories be accessible?
That remains to be seen.
Shall we be friends? But paradise is a prison when you cannot leave. Funny. The line between light and dark is so very thin.
You say that like this isn't your fault. You can't blame yourself for every missing guardian, Osiris. So, Guardian, go be you, the stray variable.
You are weak, undisciplined, cowering behind walls. You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Amuse me, Traveler Spawn. Your people do not appreciate you as I do. I have admired you for some time now. You never fail to inspire. I promised you true power. Here you shall find it.
This hate on you. Bring back some tails, Guardian. You're my favorite. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
Scribe Omsat states, the Emperor shows us we chase a mirage. The darkness is nothing but a great basin of formless thoughts. A vast tangle of composting chaos. Chalice seeks the entity who speaks through the darkness.
The darkness is a primal force, wielded like the light. How simple.
Able to be brandished against Zivur Wrath?
And fall into the burrow of an ambush predator. Like Umun, like Aramis. I think not, but tools can be broken. Forces can be stopped, and those who wield them can be disarmed.
Scans of the anomaly they chased, left in Mars's wake. It's a part of the darkness, one piece of a larger web. Others align with our missing planets and moons, as well as many points beyond Sol's borders.
Chalice's scribe identifies a voice in the darkness. One of their mother. Of dead enemies. Of Gaul. They say it spoke to Chalice in his own voice. Taught him how to commune. His counselors work to isolate and contact the entity that speaks.
Wine? No. Concentrated dark ether. These are similar to Galron's chamber in the royal baths, but without life support systems. Micro-etchings along the interior walls. Scratches. Hangar systems are intact. Why didn't they try to run?
Half these ships ran routes to the tangled shore.
Where they harvested the scorn for their experiments.
This hangar took in ships from all over Sol. The Leviathan could be lurking at any of those coordinates.
Keitel, it seems Chalice has fled. Omsat states, Emperor Chalice has left us. His shadow broods. The legionaries spread rumors saying, he merged with darkness. He is dead. He fights to save us. Words dipped in false confidence. The Emperor is gone. None know where. May we abide his return.
No, it is a trick. He is hiding here or elsewhere. He did not simply vanish. So, this is where they died. Their sacrifice is noted. Their names will be honored.
Why were they sent?
Accessing the Glycon's mainframe required a direct connection. Are those Elixni?
At one time, their ether was bound with darkness. Now their scorn, rot-minded and easily swayed to violence.
The perfect vessel, if one could keep them contained.
There's no light here. There's a distortion in the feed, no frequencies. Like ripples meeting in conversation. Executing trace. Stand by.
Transmitting the first decrypted message.
He's been drinking more and more of that royal slop. I see him pawing at the air for hours, laughing, eyes glazed over. There's another alignment tomorrow. Maybe I can slip the hangar and get lost before anyone notices. I know a few Guardians who might want to hear what I've seen.
Movement. In the dark. I've sourced a distortion. There's an open patch into the ship's computer. Perhaps courtesy of our lost friend. What will you do with Chalice if he's found?
Autocrats only know obsession. His gluttony exposed us, so I'll feed him all the trimmings of his failure. Until his belly bursts. What monstrosity is this?
The Crown of Sorrow. A hive artifact of devilish craftsmanship meant to subvert the wearer's will. I suspected it was the crown in question.
More hive witchcraft. It should be destroyed.
It has been altered from its original design. Opened. Instead of controlling minds, it's meant to merge them. It is listening. We cannot leave the crown free.
You think you can contain it? So did Chalice. How long before your audacity damns the city, advisor?
Your warning is noted, Empress. But this is Vanguard's space. Will you ensure the crown is undisturbed while I make preparations for its recovery?
The Cabal are not at your disposal. Do so at your own peril.
Guardian, you're not the only life sign aboard. I see at least one other. And maybe our missing friend. It may not. What do you presume they are? The crown, the entity?
Idols. Sustained by fixation, until there is nothing left to reap.
Put this decrepit creature to rest.
A Scorpius turret. Its munitions are spent. The battle report shows skirmishes across the ship, battling several containment breaches. Still, Chalice pressed on.
Darkness radiation levels are spiking. Move quickly. You don't have time to explore.
Another entry transmitting.
I didn't think it was true. All that talk about the darkness. But it saw him. Something in there stared right back into Chalice's hungry eyes. Then Aldrin's rotted tyke started shrieking, and I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Welcome, old friend. Saint 14 sends his regards. Several months ago, a Cabal vessel bearing the name Glycon disappeared near the reef. This ship matches its description and heading. So far, our hails have gone unanswered, and the distress signal continues to loop. You're clear for live-fire engagements. Board it, and find our missing Guardian. Exploratory outing, Presage, designation VG-999. I am receiving you.
Not finished picking at Cabal bones?
Keitel. Have you no more officers to send in your place?
You're trespassing, and I need information on that ship. Withdraw.
This is a rescue operation for a wayward ghost. Interference here would not end well for you.
Rescue? The Cabal are not animals. Send in your Guardian, but Chalice belongs to me. As long as I see him dragged from this hole, I don't care who does it.
Then keep your distance and leave us be.
I've lived aboard these ships. I know their systems. You need me.
We shall see. I'm receiving you, Guardian. The Vanguard saw value in our investigation. We are tasked with the recovery of any information or relics pertaining to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Glycon, Guardians.
I expected you to be gone after the armistice.
This ship is Cabal. I have a duty to its crew while Chalice remains free.
What have you found in our absence?
Hidden records in Glycon's mainframe. From your lost Guardian. They're decrypting as we speak. This infestation. I've seen it before. As Xivu Arath slaughtered my people.
What was it like? That inevitability?
Like burning alive. And realizing the flames are just the beginning. Gasps of scorching air. Helpless panic. The smell. Was it any different when Gaul razed the city? Survivors like us are embers in the dark.
Delicate.
Defiant. No. You burned away. I saw it.
What do you hear, Empress?
Mistakes. Thrown on the pyre of my past. You heard something different?
The ignorance of my youth. The pain of change. Unproven faith wilted by logic.
Chalice's surgeons experimented on the Scorn. Cranial dissections. Dark ether drownings to engorge them.
Science carved telepathic imprints into their brains. Linked them together in shared consciousness. Their collective mind was then opened through an artifact. A crown of possession.
All to exploit their connection to the darkness. Had Chalice seen Torobottle fall, as I did, would he have learned then?
You were seen.
At that distance, in the dark? No.
Enough to put a name to a dead man's face. The commander told Ikora. Thankfully, he passed you off as a hallucination.
An assassin was inside our walls. I had to do something.
This isn't the first time an enemy has infiltrated the city. And it won't be the last. Your concern is noted, but far from a crisis.
An attempted assassination isn't a crisis?
Zavala is quite capable of dispatching a lone scion.
He was distracted, soon to be lightless. If I wasn't
unmasked, didn't the spider teach you that even small mistakes bring large consequences?
I suppose you learned that chasing Xivu Arath.
Choose your next words wisely.
I should have kept my mask on, but I don't regret acting. I still think Zavala's in danger.
That is why I'm embedding you as his bodyguard.
Is that wise?
We need to draw in their assassins, and a full security outfit is too obvious. Keep your mask on, always. Do not speak. Can I trust you to handle this with discretion?
The utmost.
After everything the Cabal have done to us, after Gaul, we are warriors. Why aren't we at war?
This is not an easy decision. You know that.
Not easy, but inevitable. Neither side can sustain a real war, but the Cabal are aggressive and proud. If we do not end this, it will escalate beyond our control. The city is at risk.
So strike now. Take out their leader. United, we can handle the rest in a matter of weeks.
You don't think that lowers us to the enemy's level?
Whether it does or not. I doubt Keitel will go down so easily, but perhaps there is wisdom in thinking like the Cabal. Keitel has rallied support by embracing old traditions. If Zavala challenges her to ceremonial combat, she must accept, or risk losing that support. Humanity's champion versus the Cabal's. The winner dictates the future.
If we win, there's no guarantee Keitel's followers will honor the result, even if the Empress herself does.
And if we lose this gamble, when Keitel has a knife to your throat, will she thank you for your diplomacy?
Every fight is a gamble. The question is whether you're willing to bet on our best guardians.
Any day of the week. Make your preparations. I'll reach out to Keitel to discuss terms.
Commander.
I appreciate your cooperation.
The new style suits you. Spoils of victory in the reef.
Glint chose the materials. You haven't let me pay for any of this.
If you want to repay me, keep that mask affixed to your face. It will protect you from the city's ignorance.
I know what it's for. If this is what it takes to make a difference, I'm in.
I've had to walk these streets under disguise more times than you know. Now I am welcome. Soon you shall be too. Patience and caution. Guardian. Saladin spoke highly of your assault. They think their tank is a show of strength, but it is no Iron Lord.
Saladin will hold the line so our attention can be directed elsewhere. Names are needed. Examples. My friends in the reef have been talking. At this point, Red Legion commanders are either brutes or braggarts, not the type for subtlety. They want Keitel's attention.
We will use that information to direct our fury, create a power vacuum, and show the Cabal the path they've chosen. Dismissed.
Together in the field. I'm starting to get the impression you all like having me around.
Did I keep you waiting? I've been busy managing the antics of your commanders.
Antics? Time-honored traditions. They don't concern you.
You're auditioning members for your war council. I'd say that concerns us very much.
Your commander could be a valued member of it, if he would accept my offer. You seem like a wise man. We both know that the best victory is won before the war even begins. I'm giving humanity a way out. Zavala can end this now. You can end this now.
A Cabal Empress with a penchant for mercy. It's a novel idea. You've learned from the mistakes of your predecessors, but I see how you lean on tradition when you fear a loss of control. I see your uncertainty. Dithering. As for what I know that an Empress without an empire is in no position to offer anything.
The Cabal have lost their home, not their honor. If we are to die, we will take many with us. Tell your commander my patience is running out.
Your orders remain the same. Honor or no, without a war council, she'll have no war. How did it go?
Well, the Cabal are just thrilled we've been interfering in their politics. That said, a lot of them are just as unhappy Keitel tried to fold us into the Empire.
Interesting. Another crack in the shield.
Aren't you worried about retaliation? The data we've pulled from that prediction engine, we need to act now.
That data represents possibility, not fate. We need to know more. Good, you're here. The Scions you broke up on Nessus are plotting something. Help Crow investigate this further.
Wait. You aren't going to tell the commander? This concerns him. He deserves to know.
My hope is there won't be anything to tell. Not if you and the Guardian see this through.
Don't know about you, but I'll take that as a compliment.
Welcome aboard the Helm, Guardian. The hub for emergency logistics and maneuvers. Here you'll find the assets and information you need to complete our most time-sensitive operations. We'll continue upgrading this space as situations in the system evolve. So check in often to get the latest developments.
The Cabal have dramatically underestimated the density of the Hive. They are overrun. We can use this to our advantage. Clear out the Cabal on the periphery, then become a spear and strike through their heart.
The Cabal brought some serious weaponry with them. They must really hate the Hive. And again, how else should you feel after your home has been destroyed?
Now is not the time to psychoanalyze the enemy.
Right. Meditate on their motives when they're dead.
The Cabal would risk everything for a chance at retribution against the Hive. So much rage, so much suffering.
You saw what the Hive did to the Elixni on the shore. That would push anyone to their limit.
The Red War proved that the Cabal have no limits.
Then let's give them some.
Guardians, this fight is between the Empire and the Hive. Do not interfere.
I'm sorry, what? You're breaking up? I'm flying into a tunnel. Go light him up, Guardian.
Guardian, the Cabal have established a base not far from here. It's possible they're already engaged with the Hive, so expect a little chaos.
This is our chance to kill two birds with one stone.
If those are birds, you're gonna need a boulder at least. Eyes up. The Cabal have been holding off waves of Hive for weeks, but the situation may have deteriorated.
This is an important strategic position. It allows Keitel to establish a beachhead on Earth at the Hive's expense.
Letting them settle in would be a bad idea.
Go forth, Guardian. Cleanse this place. The brood is relentless, but do not lose sight of your target. The Cabal's champion is near. They cannot deny the proving. Challenge them. End this.
Cut him down, Guardian!
Now's your moment, young wolf. Invite the enemy to meet their end.
I have eyes on their commander, just up ahead.
Cabal honor will dictate that he'll have to answer your challenge.
Time to fight fire with fire. Or bullets. You know, your choice.
The Hive look like they're withdrawing and the Cabal are on the run.
Yes, excellent work. That should weaken the holdouts in this region.
How many more times do we gotta clear this place out?
That depends on which brood these Hive belong to.
I meant the Cabal.
Ah, as long as they continue fighting against us, we will push back. And should the Empress violate our agreement...
She ain't a conqueror, Osiris. Not like we thought. For all your fancy magic, you sure missed the human side of her.
My fancy magic had nothing to do with this. Cabal aren't human.
Keitel and the Cabal are on the run without a home, chased by the Hive. That's a familiar story.
Don't confuse feelings for facts.
You talk like they ain't the same sometimes. Keitel's a protector, trying to find a home for her kin, no matter the cost.
And if that cost is your freedom?
We can all be better. You have to try. Fallen, Cabal. Hell, maybe there's even something left inside the Hive what's worth saving.
I hope you're right. This holiday.
So Crow and I were talking last time we ran this operation. It got me thinking about how hard the Cabal are fighting and what for. Maybe if we took a look at things from their perspective, we might, I don't know, see it differently.
You know what thrall are?
I'm no child. I know what thrall are.
To the Hive, a thrall is a child. Quick to physically mature. But still little more than a toddler taking its first steps. These thrall scream, seek, kill, devour. To grow, advance, and change.
The hell's this got to do with anything?
You do not hesitate to destroy thrall.
Of course not. They're monsters.
Yes. Monsters should be put down. Do not let Keitel fool you with honeyed words that the Cabal are any different.
I cannot stand the Hive. Just looking at him makes my skin crawl.
The Hive are not that fond of you either, Miss Holliday.
Can't blame Keitel for wanting her people to burn out that nest. Nowhere those things belong but gone.
You have a sense of conviction that I find fascinating.
Yeah, well, I'm a fascinating person.
Even after losing as much as you have, you continue to fight. Knowing well you have but one life.
Sometimes, one life is all it takes.
You would make a fine guardian, Miss Holliday. Though I'm not sure you'd appreciate the barrier for entry.
Nicely done, Guardian. I don't know about you, but this just feels routine now. Who would have thought Cosmodrome sweeps and decoding engrams would bring the same level of excitement?
I wouldn't, though your lack of professionalism continues to amaze me. These are the creatures Zavala thinks will respect an armistice.
To be fair, the Cabal were focused on the Hive until we showed up.
They've established a base in Vanguard territory. On Earth, it's an act of aggression that should be met in kind.
These are clearly dissidents. Keitel lost a lot of support agreeing to a truce.
The Cabal are not guided by reason. As far as I can tell, neither is the Vanguard. Not anymore.
From what I've heard, the Iron Lord's definition of reason hasn't exactly been a winning strategy.
I think we're done here.
At least we agree on something. The Cabal certainly have it out for the Hive. It's almost a shame we can't team up.
Their mutual hostility may work to our advantage, but don't forget who we're fighting for. Hive, Cabal, Fallen. All of them are threats to the Traveler and the people it protects.
The Elixni I know don't care much about the Traveler. Keitel doesn't seem to either. Zivu Arath, on the other hand. That's a grudge the Cabal will cling to till the end of time. And you know what they say. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Friends are friends, and enemies are enemies. That's war.
You make it look easy, Guardian.
Yes, if only all Lightbearers had their focus.
Was that remark pointed in my direction?
We had no time for idle chatter when we were defending the walls at Six Fronts, I'll tell you that. And I doubt Zavala tolerated it during the Red War.
You'll forgive me. I'm new, so I'm not caught up on our history. What were you doing in the Red War? Huh. Must be a bad signal.
The Cabal will retreat without their commander. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of the Hive.
That's another fight for another day. Impressively done, Guardian. Watching the Guardian cut through the Hive just to beat down a Cabal commander makes me wish I could work more openly for the Vanguard.
After your service to Zavala, he could hardly deny you. He owes you his life.
He still thinks it's best if I stick to the shadows.
There are many who would not have made such a selfless gesture. Zavala should count his allies carefully. The Cabal are so consumed by vengeance, they would risk antagonizing both the Hive and our Vanguard.
Smells like desperation. Perhaps Keitel will cut a deal after all. One that's more to Zavala's liking.
Desperate creatures cannot be trusted.
You may not trust the Cabal to make peace. But I trust the Hive to kill us all if we don't.
They thought that fire and force would be enough to destroy the Hive. Fools.
This commander may be. But Keitel seems different.
Do not confuse cunning for restraint. The moment she has the upper hand, she will attempt to make Earth the new Cabal homeworld.
Maybe. Maybe not. Guess we'll see.
We can't afford another Omnigul situation. Get in there, assess the threat, and aid Rasputin. A threat to the Warmind is a threat to the city as well.
The Fallen will continue to claw at the walls of our city unless we strike them down. Beneath the ruins of the Cosmodrome, in the shadow of an old colony ship, we've located the House of Devil's Lair, and the High Civitor, feeding them their strength. We must destroy this machine god, and send their souls screaming back to hell.
The lair is up ahead, under that colony ship. Just on the other side of all those devils. This arc energy is coming from the depths of Rasputin's power grid. It's similar to what we use to power the city, but its drift velocity is totally different than ours. Fascinating. Oh, great. Arc streams. You must have knocked something out of alignment. Oh, great. Arc streams. You must have knocked something out of alignment.
You've seen worse, Guardian. Push through. You've seen worse, Guardian. Push through. All that raw power. Someday we'll establish communications with the Warmind. Speak to it. Understand it. If we are ever to reach a second Golden, it will be with Rasputin at our side.
I didn't order this.
I'm alive.
Are you all right?
Let this ground be hallowed. Let honor bind us. Let our blood be the last spilled. Bring me the one who pulled the trigger. They'll know who did.
I'm close, but just so you know, there's more Fallen and Hive on the way. Fallen and Hive. Let's hope we can avoid the crossfire. The Fallen are getting smarter. It's like the entire system is wired to a... pretty complex. I'll need time. Barrier is down. We can move now. Great. The way out of here is sealed. I'll work faster. We have a war site incoming. Rasputin says it contains codes we'll need to gain access to his bunker.
Военный спутник запущен. Коды доступа внутри.
Sorry, just a little longer. I think Rasputin is testing me. Heads up. Rasputin's dropping a warsat in from orbit. It's got the codes we'll need to access his bunker. Sorry this is taking so long, but these sequences are incredibly complex. Plus, I'm actually not that great at math, so... Rasputin's dropping a warsat from orbit. It contains codes we'll need to gain access to his bunker.
Военный спутник запущен. Коды доступа внутри. Военный спутник запущен. Коды доступа внутри.
I'm going as fast as I can. You'd think Rasputin would have made this a little easier on us.
I'm detecting comm signals deep in the vault.
Anyone with a radio could have picked up Rasputin's distress call. If we don't shut it down, half the Cosmodrome could be at his front door.
I'm detecting comm signals deep in the vault.
Доступ получен. Аннулирование протокола.
Even my people have a word for peace, but we do not use it often or lightly. My father was soft. My world did.
She betrayed her father to Gaul. Don't think she won't put a gilded knife in your back, too.
Bow. We have all suffered. Very well. Ready yourself, Commander. I'll sharpen my gilded knife and see you both on the battlefield. Join my empire. You'll keep your title and gain a seat on my war council. I propose an alliance. The darkness crowds the edges of this system. The Hive serves it. You'll fall to one, if not the other. With my army and your light, the Cabal will crush the Hive. Then, the Black Fleet. I wouldn't have summoned you if I was not sincere.
He lacked ambition.
No.
As you do. Humanity won't survive unless the Commander expands his horizons.
Cabal don't ally. They conquer.
Peace with the Cabal.
I've got access. Let's go.
Empress Keitel, I'm sorry for what you've lost.
So this is the Devil's Lair.
Sepix Prime cast a great shadow over our city. With its destruction, the fallen devils will grow weaker. But we must stay vigilant. The fallen are crafty, and they'll find ways to survive. They always do.
Well done. Ooh, okay. Wow. He is really pretty mad at us. I think he... Yes, he just threatened us with orbital death from above. Let's get moving. I'm detecting an access port near the far wall. I bet a grenade down there would do the job.
Система взломана. Нанесен урон. Запущено планирование контрмер. Система взломана. Нанесен урон. Запущено планирование контрмер.
It worked. Maybe too well. He's not happy.
You're through. That's all that matters right now.
Система взломана. Нанесен урон. Запущено планирование контрмер.
Try to find a way to access his systems directly. Could be your only way through.
That sounds like it hurt. Sorry.
Система взломана. Нанесен урон. Запущено планирование контрмер.
could try to hack us through, but Rasputin might handle that poorly. His system's already stressed. Must be some other way to bypass his systems. I can try to override his system locks, but Rasputin's reaction to a hack might be extreme. Must be some other way to bypass his systems. I could try to override Rasputin's system locks, but no telling how he might react. Must be some other way to bypass his systems.
It's not all about the light anymore. We got options. You're living proof, sister. Bring a little darkness to this fight, sister.
First Vex, now Cabal. Picking the bones of Elixni's failed ambition. Cabal. Graceless, ugly creatures. They answer every question with war. Cabal swarm this place, searching for glory, yes. But there is nothing for them here.
Got some Bray refits might catch your eye, Guardian. Got some reef tech I know you'll like. We'll do what we can for the reef. You here for some Clovis ships? I fly 'em, you buy 'em. Looking for new wings? Hey, Guardian. Hey there. Let's get you some new wings. Welcome back to the city. Did you miss us? Home, sweet home. Glad you're back. Good to have you around again. You having a good dawning? At least someone is. Spread some dawn and cheer this way, will ya? It's not coming easy this year. Happy Crimson Days. Now, before you ask, no, I won't be your Crimson Double. Hey, Hunter. What do you say? Sweet little ride here, Hunter. Have a look. Let's get you back in the wilds, Hunter. Titan. New stock just in. Take a gander. Tip-top, Titan. What you need? Let's get you back to the front, Titan. Ah, a warlock of fine and upstanding taste. Well, warlock. What can I do for you? Let's get you back up there, Warlock. Those space hogs think we're just gonna lay down after everything. Makes me mad as hell. Let's bring some birds back home, set them up on overwatch around the wall. No more scions sneaking in the back door. Is that all Keitel could muster? Nothing a hammer and some polish won't fix. We got damaged ships coming in from the front. Get base 6, 9, and 10 prepped. That's the last time we used thrust couplers from that shop. Send a runner over to Ikora. She's got a new shipment in, and I think it's hungry. No way that's a Foundry design. I bet my hawk that's Golden Age. Tell Zavala the next time he wants a rush job, he gets to explain to Omelon why their shipment was late. Get somebody down to the Cryptarchy. I need a warlock that can read Hive runes in Bay 9 right now. I know every bird we're flying. No way that weld holds up in combat. Tell you what, next time the tower gets attacked, you fly sorties and I'll hide in a maintenance shed. Not a good idea, friend. Remember the scorches in Bay 2 at the old tower? How many times I gotta tell you? This one goes here, that one goes there. Who told Shax we bumped his maintenance? Ugh, now I have to go explain. Has anyone found my red spanner? Who was supposed to unpack the tools? We need every flight bay up and running. Yes, even the stinky ones. Anyone have an inventory of the sparrows we managed to pull from the old tower? I don't care what's on the manifest. If it doesn't work, it's no use to me. Fix it. Weld the damn doors open if you have to. We need that bay launch ready. You crashed another one, Ariadne. Well, get in line, girl. What do you mean I'm racing too much? I like it, all right. What's the problem? Kate always said an idle hunter was trouble. Are you trouble, friend? Guardian, I would absolutely love to chat, but one of your hunter buddies just sat down in Bay 5 with a cargo full of something that's screaming and oozing and burning holes in my deck plates. A little busy. Titan, I'd love to chat, but I gotta get a crew over to one of my bays. One of your brothers thought it'd be a great idea to shoulder charge some cargo for fun. Ugh, what a mess. Are you meditating or something? Never can tell with warlocks. Are Are you talking to Ikora right now? Whoa. Hey, Warlock, if you see a weird-looking shadow beast with a bunch of tentacles and eyes, give me a holler. It slipped out of a crate for Ikora in Base 6, and we've been having a devil of a time getting it back. I'm too busy running crews to just admire the view. What can I help you with? If you're not going to buy something, I got work waiting. New ships, fresh from the shipyards. Why wait? You just here to admire the tats, or we gonna talk? Yes? What can I help you with? Come on in, Guardian. What can Holiday do for you? Looking for something new? Let's get you flying again. Just ask, Guardian. I got your back. New hangar, new specs. Check them out. You and I both know you deserve a new ship, right? If you don't need anything, I'm gonna work on my Sparrow a bit. Got a race with Tyla and Kron later tonight. You stand there much longer, I'm gonna put you to work. You been down to the city lately? It'd be good. See what you're fighting for. I've seen Banshee looking blank like that sometimes, too. You okay? That's the last time I let the techs talk me into field testing a new protocol on my Hawk. Left bar got all bent out of shape when I went into a dive. Ugh. Gonna take at least 3 days to set it right, and don't even get me started on the manifold. Sorry, what were we talking about again? For you, anything. What's up? Heck of a day. Here's what I got. And here we go. Yeah? New wings, no waiting. What's up? Do something for you? What you looking for? Hey there. Yep. Let's talk. Happy Festival of the Lost. Scare anybody this festival? Interest you in anything spooky? Everyone wants to be Marcus Wren's Crimson Double. And I mean everyone. If that boy's head gets any bigger, the weight's gonna slow down his Sparrow. I think it's cute when Guardians want me to be their Crimson Double. I mean, no way in hell I'll ever step into the Crucible, but I appreciate the sentiment. Dawning used to be my favorite holiday, but I'm just not feeling it this year. What's wrong with me? My first Dawning, I didn't know anyone in the city. I was just a little kid, but Cade brought me up to the tower to hang out with the Guardians. It was the first time I felt at home here. Fixing to cause some trouble? Bird's ready when you are, Guardian. Just call out the DZ. It's blowing up a storm out there. Slug rounds everywhere. You need a pilot, you come straight to me, you hear? Haven't flown this many drops since Gaul was in town. Feels good to get out, smell the pulse rounds. Keitel says she's not a conqueror. She's just serving salt and calling it sugar. Anything lays a hand on the commander, I'll bury him myself. I fought plenty of Cabal, and worse things yet. Putting the hit out on Zavala makes that peace offer smell pretty sour. Glad the commander didn't bite. I'll take the bullet myself before I let the commander go down. I'm not losing any more family. Not ever. I don't mind a ceasefire, so long as it means I never see another Cabal set foot in this city. We'll see if that holds. Keitel stands tall, but you can bet she signed that ceasefire with her tail hanging low. I can't excuse what Keitel did, but I know how hard it is to be on the run without a home. 46, Guardian. 46 Threshers I shot down from the Red War to now. I think both sides have had enough. Humans can adapt to anything. When I was a kid, we ate beetles to stay alive on the refugee roads. Anytime I think I can't do something, I say, "Girl, you ate beetles. Beetles! This is nothing!" I've taken apart a few old reef ships. You convince them to send the damaged ones my way, I'll get them flying again. Talk quick, Guardian. Shop quick and get back out there. Don't let up. Some friends from the city came up to see the new tower. I'm glad we're being a little more open with the civilians. Keep fighting the good fight, Guardian. I've been fixing and flying ships for Guardian since I was a kid. I grumble sometimes about the work, but I try not to forget what a privilege it is, you know? Hey, next time you see Banshee, will you tell him I'm still working on finding that cargo he ordered? Guardian, I swear, that Exo would literally forget his head if it weren't bolted on so tight.
I wish you a pleasant dawning, Guardian. Happy dawning. How do you like the cherry blossoms? Crimson days. The romance is lost on me this year, I'm afraid. You're of most use to us here, where you can make a real difference. I have always defended the city's best interests. Can you say the same? Guardians are meant to protect the city. The Traveler healed itself. But why now? Self-pity is not the path forward. This is the burden of command. Yes, Zavala here. A parcel? I didn't order any. For Sloane. I see. You can deliver to my office. Thank you. A fleet of this size, but no ground troops? What's their strategy? Their motive? Pledging loyalty to avoid war is nothing short of a preemptive surrender. A lone assassin? How little does she think of me. We must accept that Keitel is not Gaul. Even if the scars of the Red War make that difficult. I need eyes on Europa. There's too much at stake. Eris, don't let this pull you away from the Traveler. From the light. The fallen on Europa won't let up. So neither will we. Tell Petra that the Vanguard has no desire to meddle in reef politics. Once Europa is clear, we'll hand Varix over.
This will be a dark chapter in the city's history. But all that matters is that someone is left to read it.
The shadows encroach all around us, Guardian. But our light still burns. A unified Cabal Empire is an untenable risk, regardless of who leads it. I welcome Saladin's wisdom, but not his hunger for conflict. The best time to win a war is before it starts, Guardian. Prune Keitel's ambitions before they flourish. This wasn't my first brush with death, and it won't be my last. Carry on. Keitel confirmed our suspicions with the attempt on my life. The only question now is how to react. Keitel failed to kill me, but I wonder what other damage she's done. Saladin grows more restless by the day. I'm not asking you to believe Keitel's story, just to have faith in my judgment. Keep me apprised of Keitel's actions, Guardian. A truce and a trust are not the same thing. Rumors of Cabal plots continue to spread. Squash them if you can, Guardian. They only undermine our focus. You and I both know how fragile this treaty is, but as commander, I must recognize the opportunity it presents. All warfare is founded on deception, Guardian. We cannot afford to take Keitel's agreement at face value. Stay vigilant, Guardian. We've come too far to let the darkness win now. Guardian, I know you've seen Eris. Tell her the Vanguard needs her. Now more than ever, we must stay in the light. Remember that. I don't know what the Traveler's transformation means, but it brings the city hope. The Traveler's reformation is a lesson. We can emerge from this stronger than ever.
Noted.
This cannot happen again. It will not. Thanks to you, Guardian, the dream of the city lives on, without fear of weapons in the sky. The Fallen will claim nothing from this breach, not even the debris. I'm sending a fire team to seal the complex.
Высокий приоритет мобильному юниту. Уничтожить его немедленно.
In the meantime, I'm sending a team to seal the vault. All thanks to you, Guardian. Impressive work.
Not even a crazy Russian thank you from the old man. Typical.
The last time we sent in a team was years ago. We found what remained of their bodies scattered across the Skywatch. This cannot happen again. It will not. Thanks to you, Guardian, the dream of the city lives on, without fear of weapons in the sky.
Zavala, these breaches are a serious threat. Has the Vanguard tried to reach out to him recently? Get him to understand we're allies. You know, they probably built that thing out of scrap from the Cosmodrome. It's lucky that it managed to work as well as it did.
Yes. In any case, Guardian, that was impressive work. The skies will remain free of weapons, for the time being. Yes. In any case, Guardian, that was impressive work. The skies will remain free of weapons, for the time being.
That shank's been modified to crack his system. Let's take it out. Rasputin has incredible technology under lock and key down here. I'm almost surprised he doesn't have breaches more often. I guess it helps he really doesn't like visitors. Rasputin's genuinely worried. I think they're trying to bypass his database and gain direct control of the warsats. That would be bad. As a fellow inorganic life form, I just want to note that Rasputin has a much better setup than I do. He has a secret bunker with space weapons. I live in your backpack.
In the meantime, I'm sending a team to seal the vault. All thanks to you, Guardian. Impressive work.
Maybe it was the size. It was pretty big, for a shank. Would I be more useful with a larger chassis?
I want position and vector on that tank every half hour. Cabal freely entering the last city. First we were cowards. Now we're careless. Zavala, your idealism is what holds you back. I wish I had taught you better. Twice now, Rasputin has failed to stop the darkness. A foolish alliance. We break our backs to feed that war mind. And for what? We cannot trust the war mind. Even now he might plot our doom. And we gave him the means. You don't find it suspicious that Rasputin was disabled so easily? This strike force is a half measure. Like most of Zavala's choices, I failed to defend the city from Gaul. I won't fail again. We ally with the war mind, but draw the line at Keitel? What logic is that? I wish you could have learned from Yolder. She knew how to respond to tyrants like Keitel. I'm glad the commander is safe, even if he fails to learn the right lessons. Would you sit by while they took aim at your ghost? We must respond with force. Zavala was my pupil once. Now it takes near death for him to heed my words. If Zavala is too timid to carry his blade to war, then I'll wield two in his place. The war mind and a Cabal Empress at our table. Why not invite a hive god as well? Keitel has a silver tongue, but I know a warlord when I see one. We could have destroyed the Cabal. Instead, they linger like starving hounds. A truce is temporary, Guardian. A victory is forever. Which would you rather have? I've been fighting wars since Zavala was still bones and dust. Whose experience will you trust?
Warriors of the Empire, today we chose strength and honor over personal glory, but 2 of our soldiers chose to pursue their own victory. Their own glory before the glory of the Empire. Only one of these soldiers stands before me now. The Scion Valir faced his death with honor, but his accomplice, the Scion Kalek, chose to run, to hide. Kalek is a stain on our history. A traitor. I revoke the name Kalek, for a coward has no name under the Empire. These traitors did not work alone. I will find the others, and they will meet this same fate. We are one Cabal, and we strike as one fist. Warriors of the Empire, I see your fury. For years you have waited for your leaders to reclaim you, but time has not changed your nature. Your rage becomes the swing of the cleaver, the thrust of the shield, the shout of the cannon. I send out a challenge to the remains of the broken legion. Prove your worth in battle. The ancient rites live again. The triumphant will become the first members of my war council. We are Cabal. We eat the mountains. We drink the seas.
Commander, an attack on your life within our own walls, in the streets where the city's children play. I wish it surprised me. Every minute we waste, our enemies grow bolder. I saw it with the warlords of Allah. Give them slack, and they'll hang you with it. You must act. Remind our enemies that there are consequences when darkness breaches our walls. Remind the people why they put their faith in the Guardians. This attack was just a taste. Next time, they'll target someone else, someone you can't save. That loss will be on you. The weight of it will crush you. Trust me.
Commander Zavala, I thought to contact you directly, free from the prying interests of advisors. When I was a child, listening to stories of the Cabal's many rulers, I imagined that sovereignty was absolute power, the power to triumph, to spill blood, to rule. But now I realize the ironic truth. Sovereignty is a form of servitude. As Empress, my people's will comes before my own. That is why Cabal forces cannot leave the Sol system empty-handed after losing Torobatl. We cannot lose our honor. It's the only thing we have left. You offer an alliance as equals, but I offer something even more valuable. Exaltation. Within our ranks, the Guardians will be revered. They will be free, as the Scions are now. They will be our most elite force, the pride of the Cabal Empire. So, for the last time, join us. For revenge against the Hive. For survival against the darkness. Join me. Join the Cabal.
This is Amanda Holliday, reporting on my Cosmodrome flyovers. The Cabal set up shop on a bluff overlooking the moth yards. Hive's been chewing on them pretty good, but they're dug in like ticks. You know how they are. Frigates parked overhead haven't put a single round my way. Seems they're focused 110 on the Hive. One thing I haven't seen are any civilians. I don't know how big the Cabal fleet is these days, but it's gotta be spread thin. There must be a group of carriers in deep space somewhere with all their kids and old folks aboard. The whole rest of their species. Shows how much they want payback. They're risking it all on our turf, just for a piece of the Hive. I know this Cabal force looks like aggression, but I'd wager it's grief, through and through. They ain't here for us. They're here for revenge. Goodness knows. I can relate.
Guardian. You're needed. Have you come to assist me, Guardian? Ah, my weapon has arrived. You have unfinished business, Guardian. Go finish it. I am ready to guide you. I require assistance, not questions. There were many paths leading you elsewhere. And yet you are here. You have arrived. A new report on the pyramids? Yes, I would like to review it. What's happening on Europa? I need reports. Zavala, let's meet soon to discuss our findings. Fascinating. I did not anticipate this. I have much to consider. And you have much to do. Please, Guardian, I must focus. Can this wait, Guardian? Surely you are needed in the field. I will confer with the Vanguard. Your light is needed elsewhere. I'm glad to be back in the last city. Back with the Vanguard. What I wouldn't give to have your connection to the light. Ghosts are such precious things. So fragile. Keep yours close. Whatever happens out there, I am with you, Guardian. Keep me appraised of your discoveries, Guardian. Whatever the darkness brings, we can face it together. Let us work side by side, Guardian. Our differences are behind us. We must all come together now. Lean on your allies in these dark times. We will help carry the load.
Good to see you, Guardian. Ready to get back out there? Any news from the front? Come on, let's talk. Guardian, good work out there. Guardian, Glint was just telling me you were on your way. Glint, hold that thought. Hey, Guardian, how can I help? Good timing. I was just looking for you. What's new? You ready to show those Cabal the true meaning of honor? Human minds and artificial bodies. Unbelievable. Banshee really did a number on this gun. It's never been this reliable. Huh. An intelligence report from Shiro 4 on future war cult? Being so far from the reef feels strange. Like I'm missing something. Hey, Glint. What do you think Spider is up to these days? Need to make a supply run back to the shore for some spare parts soon. Never seen so many humans in one place before. Never seen so many people in one place before. I should head into the city when I'm done here. Get something to eat. Glint, remind me to research governance customs. I want to know who's in charge of the civilians. Vanguard warlocks aren't anything like Osiris. Wasn't expecting that. Ikora's been avoiding me. I suppose that's for the best. Wonder if a warlock could decipher these hive runes. Zavala seems awfully tired today. These tactics the Titans come up with never cease to amaze me. I should check in with Saint to see if he has any recommendations for Titans to send on this mission. I can't believe the hunters have been running themselves without leadership since... Wish there was more we could do. These reports are troubling. I should get those parts for Anna that she requested. Vanguard's taking a big chance dealing with the Cabal like this. Lots of focus on combating the Hive, but no Cabal presence on the moon. That feels intentional. Never thought I'd say it, but I miss the reef. Huh. Cabal cruisers keep returning to Neptune's orbital path. Wonder if they're hiding something in its gravity well. Wonder what Holiday is doing later. What do you think Osiris would say if I told him I wanted to put together a fire team? Wish I could be out there. The Elixni need our help. If we turn our backs on them now, we might as well put a gun in their hands and point it at us. Hope Holiday's safe out there. Right. So, which report was I filing? Okay, where was I? I should check the comm relays. If it's not one thing, it's another. Right, that's done. How can I help? Glint, make a note of that conversation for later. Guardian, how long have you been standing there? Back to work. Osiris will want to know about this. You need something, Guardian? If you need a hand, just ask. Hey, Guardian, over here. Guardian, did Osiris send you? Hey, don't just stand there. Makes me nervous. Need something? Glint and I are ready to lend a hand. Guardian. You waiting for orders? Hey, Guardian. Yeah, over here.
Well done disrupting the Cabal on Nessus. I wish that was the end of it. But unfortunately, it's just the beginning. Empress Keitel has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her. Our conversation went as well as you might expect. Thanks to the information you recovered, we know this. Former members of the Red Legion and other leaderless Cabal are all competing for a seat on Keitel's War Council. In an effort to prevent Cabal reunification, I'm assembling a team to take out her aspiring commanders. Lord Saladin will act as field commander, and Osiris will report directly to me as my advisor. He's appointed a new hunter, Crow, to be your reconnaissance expert. As always, Amanda Holiday will provide air support. Your task is simple. Defeat Keitel's commanders across the Sol system. Once you eliminate their leadership, Cabal infighting will prevent Keitel from amassing real power. If we miss this opportunity, another all-out war will become inevitable. Good luck.
You're needed back on Nessus, Guardian. As if their tank wasn't enough, now we have Scions tunneling into Vex territory. According to Crow, their leader is Ixel the Far-Reaching. She's looking for something that will secure her a seat on the War Council, something that will impress. Like Vex prediction engines, whatever Ixel digs up could give Keitel the winning edge. Or worse, simply unleash destruction on us all. Either outcome is to be avoided at all costs. Ensure they never try this again. Get ready to move. The Cabal have invaded the Cosmodrome. As we speak, Paul Mirag leads a charge into a hive nest, seeking revenge for what Zivo Arath did to the Cabal's home system. If he succeeds, Keitel is certain to promote him to her war council, and more Cabal will flood into the Cosmodrome. We can't let that stand. Not in the territory that produces some of our best guardians. Fortunately, our enemies are distracted. Cut through the chaos and take out Mirag. If we don't crush this now, we could lose an entire generation of new lights. At last, we have a plan to strike at the heart of the Cabal. It's not what I'd do, but at least we're taking decisive action. Zavala has challenged Keitel to settle things with a final Rite of Proving. No response yet, but Osiris is confident she'll accept. Personally, I don't think there's any course of action more final than a full-scale offensive. Your task is to encourage Keitel to accept the easy out. Her aspiring commanders are the pressure points, so hit them with everything you've got, and keep hitting them until Commander Zavala tells you otherwise. The Cabal have no shame. They failed to take out our leadership, and now they escalate their barbarism on the battleground. Believe me, I wish it were not this way. But I've seen this pattern play out many times before. Like the warlords of our darker days, Keitel and her commanders see honor as currency, valuable only for the fear it strikes in their enemies' hearts. There's no merit in it, no trust. And there's no negotiating with brutes like that. Meet them on the battlefield and prove again and again where the real honor lies. There was an assassin within the walls of the last city, and no one knew until it was almost too late. Luck was on our side. Next time, it won't be. What we must do now is channel our light into a clean, burning fury and raise the Cabal Empire to ashes. Zavala may still have hope for a peaceful resolution, but he hasn't seen what I have. I'm still an Iron Lord. I'll be in the fray exacting retribution. When you're ready, you should be too. Nessus, Europa, the Cosmodrome. Every time the Cabal return to the battlegrounds, so shall we. Osiris has sent Crow undercover to investigate their plans for the Vex prediction engines. We need you back on the front lines. The more you can draw their fire, the easier it'll be for Crow to slip under the radar. And while you're out there, be sure to claim whatever you find in the aftermath. Weapons, gold. Without their home system, they can't resupply. And without supplies, they can't resist for long. The dragon of your light roars over Nessus. Our enemies fear you, Guardian. Osiris mentioned you crashed a Cabal ritual they call the Rite of Proving. He seems to think it's not unlike our crucible, made for settling scores. I don't see the resemblance. Scraps of the Red Legion are competing to earn Keitel's favor. Just like her, their hands are tied by tradition. They're forced to meet every challenger or forfeit their position. We can exploit that. I want you to run down every Cabal commander you can find. If they're foolhardy enough to accept a fistfight with you, Keitel's War Council won't fill a single seat. To that end, Crow has spotted another of the Empress's hopefuls on Europa. They call him Basilius the Golem. He's looking for Golden Age relics to excavate from the ice. Basilius intends to augment his body and offer combat enhancements to other Cabal. If he succeeds, it won't be long before Keitel has an entire platoon of exo-legionaries at her disposal. Get in the way.
For the first time in a long time, we have a moment of respite. I intend to make the most of it. It's important that people in the last city feel like they're living, not just surviving. To that end, I've asked Eva Levante to bring back the Guardian Games. This is an opportunity for Titans, Warlocks, and Hunters alike to celebrate the Traveler's gifts with a little healthy competition. At the end of the games, one class will rise above the others. And if I recall correctly, the last time we did this, my Titans achieved what can only be described as a blowout. But don't forget, whoever wins, we're all on the same side. Good luck out there, Guardian. Congratulations on your performance in the Guardian Games. Your teammates are grateful for your efforts. With that competitive fire, I know we'll always show strong, whatever the outcome. However, now that we've united the tower with a much-needed break, it's back to business. Hidden reports from Vex sectors grow more troubling by the day. Whatever they're planning, I know we can overcome it, as long as we stand together. I issued a challenge to Keitel. Knowing she could not show weakness in front of her people, she accepted. And now the time has come. It's simple. A final Rite of Proving. We each send forth a warrior to represent us. Whichever side claims victory sets the terms of a binding agreement. If we win, Keitel ceases hostilities immediately. Her forces never set foot on Earth again. But if we lose, we surrender Nessus and support her claim to the imperial throne. And as a gesture of good faith, I become Brachus Zavala and serve on her war council, a glorified hostage. That cannot happen. Keitel's chosen warrior waits deep within her fortified tank. Storming it and defeating him in ritual combat will be nearly impossible. But I've come to expect the impossible. From you, Guardian. Represent the vanguard in the Rite of Proving. Be our champion. Distress signals are far too common these days. Our recovery crews can hardly keep up with them. This one, however, I want you to look into personally. Rahul brought it to my attention. He tells me the transmission has been exposed to darkness. Our enemy worms its way into everything it touches, even mudding our signals. What's more is the point of origin, near the reef, from a Guardian claiming to be aboard a ship belonging to the dethroned Emperor Chalice. Keitel will no doubt respond to a signal from one of her father's ships. They have a complicated relationship. If there's a Guardian on board exposed to darkness, I want to know why. Extract them safely, so we may have a word with them. Aldrin Sav is dead. Ikora spoke those words when I offered her the news of Crow's unmasking. She already knew, of course, as did Osiris and you. Without trust, we become like the Cabal, fractured and consumed from within. I've sent your friend on a reconnaissance mission while I determine the best way forward. Empress Keitel will honor our agreement. This is an armistice, not an allegiance. Those who do not answer her call to leave Earth are criminals in the eyes of her empire, left to us to deal with as we see fit. Saladin will have words, I'm sure. But preserving what's left of the Cabal insulates us from further incursions by Xivu Arath, the enemy of my enemy, Guardian. Until such time, they are not.
My mask was in my hand. Stupid, I know, but I felt safe. I thought I could just relax for a minute. It was a mistake. Osiris tells me the commander always talks about making the hard choice. Reveal myself or let him die. Whatever I chose, someone would still say I was wrong. I'm sure you've lost people. Racked your mind for how it could have been different. Too far away to act, but close enough to wonder. If you could have stopped it, wouldn't you? No matter the cost, I've been at the mercy of something I couldn't stop, without knowing why. Blind, in a nightmare, I didn't want to be the reason for more pain. The next time they come for the commander, they'll have to get through me. Mask or no mask. Just don't tell Osiris I said that. Thanks to your fieldwork, I have an idea of what the Scions are planning. It's not good. This gadget you found. It's a tiny light disruptor. Small, but strong enough to knock down a ghost. Saladin says when the Cabal seized the city, they severed our connection to the light. Looks like the Scions have refined that tech. It's elegant, actually, and deadly. They wouldn't need to fly a fleet into the city to use this. A single gunman would be enough if they could catch a Guardian flat-footed. I'll tell Osiris, and I'll keep an eye on the commander. You know, just to be safe. I've officially been commissioned as a recon agent by Commander Zavala. He wants me to track down the conspirators who tried to sabotage the ceasefire. I believe Keitel when she says she wasn't behind it, but let's not take chances. 2 assassination attempts is more than enough, I think. Zavala looks at me, and I feel like he really sees me. Who I am, not who I was. He didn't say much else, just that it might be a good idea if I laid low while he figured things out here. I know it's taboo to talk about the people we were before, but the weight that's been hanging around my neck since I woke up in this body, it finally feels a little lighter. I doubt this is the last time we'll be seeing each other, Guardian. Listen, I've been combing through the prediction you pulled from Nessus. I've got bad news. I think the Cabal are going to try to take Zavala out. He's missing from every single one of the futures they predicted. Not missing, where'd he go missing? Dead missing. Osiris says there are only possibilities, but I think it's the real deal. Zavala has refused to work with Keitel. It's in her best interest to remove him. Sends a strong message. Glint can't pinpoint a time and place yet. We need more information. Word is, the Vex have always had trouble predicting you. Maybe that's our edge. What do you say? Want to help prevent a prophecy?